Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the dungeon. We got something a little bit different today. I wasn't sure what I wanted to react to, but the other day while I was streaming, there was a thumbnail that caught my eye, and the name of the video also seemed a little bit interesting, so we're going to check it out. And when I clicked on it, I discovered it's a part 2, which means there's a part 1. So part 2 is about 15 minutes long, and part 1 is about 8 minutes long. So we're going to go ahead and watch both of these. But is it wise to smash a dog wolf waifu? Pros and cons. If it has something to do with waifu, I'm all about it. I'm a man of culture. A dead man of culture. Anyway, let's have a little bit of fun and see what these two videos are all about. This first one was actually made over a year ago, and the second one came out a little over a week ago. So there's a little bit of time difference between the two. And yeah, let's go ahead and check this one out.
Bruh, I just started looking up dog waifus and wolf waifus. I just started looking this shit up. Tell me how I already got some major cons for the dog waifu. How?
I already got major cons for the dog waifu. I mean, I like my dog waifus. I like my fox waifus. I like my cat waifus. I like all my waifus. I don't know why he's bitching.
And yes, I know what you're thinking. Knight, how do the dog waifus have any cons? They're literally man's best friend. Lies! It's all a lie. I'll tell you how, too. I'll tell you how. I know each and every one of you have like one dog waifu.
Hey, I haven't watched this series yet, but I already love Delta. I love this dog waifu, and I don't know anything about her. She's just adorable.
You have in mind that you just love the death too. Best character in the show, best waifu and everything, right? I'm just gonna tell you right now, if you're in the USA and you're an adult, like 18 and over, I'll put a pause on your favorite dog waifu for a while. And you know, maybe go outside and touch grass. Because why is it when I look up dog waifus like Roxanne and Delta, and Roxanne isn't as famous as Delta, but y'all get the point.
And I think Roxanne is from it's some Labyrinth anime. I need to watch that one too. I don't know anything about her.
Wolf/dog waifus. Why is it when I look at them in the anime, they look at least 25?
He smells a
at
fox.
the very least 25. But when you look at their age, and bruh, I'm telling you right now, look up some of the ages of some of these characters, bruh.
It's fiction. Don't worry about the fucking age of fiction.
Look at some of these ages of some of these characters. Anime cannot be trusted with this shit.
Don't care. They're drawings. Their age is only defined by the story. If the story did not exist, they would just be drawings. It's fiction. These are not real. Don't worry about it. You can never interact with them.
Man looks at least 25, but she's 16 in the anime. Now I haven't seen all.
So then just pretend she's 25. If she looks like she's 25, she's fiction. She's only 16 because as the story dictates that she is 16. She is a drawing.
All this anime, I've seen clips of it online. So I know the main character eventually gets those cheeks. And the main character, he's not important, but he's at least 17. Besides the point, I know the legal age of consent in Japan is at least 16 years old.
That is true.
But if you're going to show it in America,
doesn't matter. It's a drawing.
Changes, then you would expect not to see a 16-year-old sexualized. And I wouldn't be so mad at it if only she was like age 25. It's not hard. She already looks 25. Just make her age legally 25.
Exactly. So do that math in your head.
And yes, I know it's an anime and it's not real, but obviously that's not the point. The point of the video is to figure out if you would smash the dog waifu, or is it okay to smash the dog waifu, basically. And in context with the video and the information that I found about the dog waifu, or a lot of them, the answer is no, because they're teenagers. And worse, they're teenagers that look like adults. And don't get me wrong, I respect all.
I hate this. I hate this stupid argument. It's a fucking drawing.
All anime. I respect it and I enjoy the stories. But you have to admit, some anime do be sus. But then again, so these shows like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, I mean, if you watch those shows, you know. But even still, those shows are centered towards adults. And you know what? Sometimes this is why sometimes I just shut off my mind to anime when I'm watching it and just don't think. Because when you try to bring logic and reason into anime, into some of the shows, it's just impossible. It's like,
it's not impossible. You're just audience captured. You're worried about getting canceled. Don't think about it.
Okay, why does she look like she's 30? Or why is she like a lolly, but she's 1,000 years old? Why are you?
Exactly. She looks like a lolly. She's 1,000 years old. She looks like she's 40. She's 14. Stop questioning ages of fictional characters. They are fucking drawings.
Why? And it's like this. People would see characters like Delta or Maki, just a better example, Maki from Jujutsu.
Yeah, Maki, you would have a hard time convincing me that if they did not give her an age in the story, I do not know this character at all. I don't know what her story character is, because I've never seen Jujutsu Kaisen. I've had that on my list, but if you just took the drawing, the concept art, and put it in front of somebody, there's no way they would tell you that this person is supposed to be a teenager.
Kaisen, and sexualize them all day long. And it honestly only takes a quick trip to the internet to find this out. But yeah, Delta is 15, and Maki is 16. Now, do either one of these characters look their age? No, but they're still heavily sexualized.
Exactly. Stop worrying about a hat.
Let me get back to my point. This is a con, a huge con, and one that I'm particularly mad at because you would not expect it. Delta and Roxanne are about perfect characters until you realize they're both teenagers. Maybe in Japan the teenagers are just built different. I don't know. But over in America, that's not what teenagers look like.
No. Teenagers in Japan do not look like that. I went over there when I was in my teens. I got to go to a Japanese high school for a week. I got to be around teenagers in Japan. No, they do not look... Anime characters look older than they would if they were real. I'm just gonna put it like that.
And not even that, if you're an adult or a different generation, teenagers are usually seen as annoying. So yeah, I'm sorry, but some of y'all favorite waifus, some of y'all favorite dog waifus, nah, we gotta say pass on that. Pass. Immediate pass. Super pass. Hell no. The FBI is around the corner and I am too black to go to jail. Do you hear me, viewer?
Okay, so the narrator is a little bit concerned, and it's a little bit justified.
Refuse to drop the soap. I refuse to drop it. My soap hand is just too strong. Moving on. There are apparently some legal dog and wolf waifus in anime. And the first one I found was Polt from My Daily Life of Monster Girls. Now, Polt's age is a mystery, but she is considered a woman.
Yeah, mystery, as all anime characters would be if you didn't have a story that incorporated age.
So I'm assuming that means she's an adult. Better than nothing. And I mean, what do you want from me at this point? I'm just pulling at strings, literal strings, because I mean, the waifus I was going to pick weren't it. So what Polt is a kobold, and apparently they're from German folklore. However, the character Polt in this anime is based off Eastern culture's Dungeons and Dragons. In Dungeons and Dragons, apparently kobolds are seen as canines. But I believe later in the Dungeons and Dragons game, it was changed to lizards. So now in the game, it just look like lizards. Now in the German folklore, what kobolds are very different. They're said to be mischievous spirits that are usually invisible and can take the form of a human, animal, or an object. And they're depicted as small human-like figures dressed as peasants. Kobolds are also associated with creatures.
That episode. Oh, that fucking episode. Episode 1 of Goblin Slayer. Jesus Christ. I haven't watched this show in, at least 7 years. I need to watch it again.
Like goblins. So basically what I got from this is that this anime just changed what kobolds are in general. But I have to say, unless you hate fur and multiple nips, can't really find a con for Polt. But I mean, she is more like a dog than anything else, so I mean, how could I? But now let's look at the wolf girls, because we all know that wolves are way more dangerous than dogs, especially if they're a werewolf or a lichen. Now, from what I read, a lichen and a werewolf are basically the same type of creature.
Pretty
In
much.
fact, the term lichen seems to come from the term lycanthrope, which is just a long fancy word for lichen. Now, we all know how powerful a werewolf can be. In some stories, games, and animations, werewolves are powerful enough to take on any vampire. But as far as a waifu werewolf goes, she may only transform during a full moon or at night, or the werewolf waifu may be able to just control when she's able to transform. And I did look this up, and apparently the idea of werewolves transforming during a full moon didn't really appear in literature until the 19th century. So in case you were worrying about the werewolf's transformation, it all depends on who's writing the story. But I'll add that as a pro for werewolves.
It would.
But if the moon was always the cause of them turning to werewolves, I would have definitely made it a con. Because low-key, you would have to smash in the daytime, and not overstay your welcome, if you know what I mean. Now, there is a werewolf waifu in the daily life of a Monster Girl anime named Laika. And looks aside, because we all know there's nothing wrong with her looks. Her powers consist of normal werewolf powers. She has a great sense of smell, super strength. She obviously can transform into a werewolf. But now here's the interesting part, the full moon. Laika can turn into a werewolf about the full moon, and can even use most of her werewolf-like abilities about the full moon. However, when the full moon is out, the full moon does stimulate her primal instincts, and basically can make a normally coherent werewolf become savage and hard to restrain. So as you would expect, she is still very dangerous when the full moon is out. Now I have to add, these aren't all werewolf's powers. It mentioned most of them, but originally most werewolf's powers are shape-shifting, superhuman strength, their main ability to turn into a werewolf, agility, and the big one, immortality. I believe that's the power that makes them really difficult to deal with, unless you have silver. So basically what I'm saying is, if you don't have silver and they're in that crazed state, you're dead. But for the most part, I have to say the
I'm
dog
already
waifu
dead, so I'm not worried
and the
about
wolf waifu are pretty smashable. Besides the cons I've already mentioned about the dog waifu, the pros are, if they're legal, that they're usually very helpful and friendly. And even though any werewolf waifu may have a more dangerous form, you may only see that side of her during a full moon. And I have to mention, in Laika's case, she does have an estrus cycle, which apparently just makes her really horny. So, seems like a win to me. Now, of course, there's also other dog and wolf waifus I can mention. There was one character in Chilling in Another World with level 2 super cheat powers anime. I don't want to butcher her name. I think it's pronounced Fenris. Her original form is a wolf-like form, and she also has a human form, kind of like a werewolf. However, to my surprise, the anime classifies her as a demon, not a werewolf, or even a dog or wolf waifu. And I mean, seriously, besides her original form, it doesn't really mention anything about a wolf in her character or abilities, or, you know, as far as the species goes. It just literally calls her a demon, which is why she's not on this list. And as far as other dog waifus, there is one in One Piece named Wanda. She's a 28-year-old mink who is basically a furry, and you know, and I would say the furry thing is a con, but yeah, she has the same body type as Nami, and she's cute as hell. And I mean, I'm not even a furry. But damn, that tongue made Loki go crazy. But let me know in the comments if you want to add anything. And who's your favorite dog?
I prefer Carrot.
And you guys have a great day. Bye.
Okay, so he was a very long-winded in and didn't give a whole hell of a lot of pros and cons with that. I think he focused a little bit too much on the whole age of a fictional character bullshit. Because if you think about it, a drawing is just a drawing until you give it its a personality, name, everything. It's just a drawing. Okay, so we're moving on to part 2 of Is It Wise to Smash a Dog/Wolf Waifu? Pros and cons. Now this one was made a year after the other one, so let's see if his opinion and or perception has changed a little bit.
All right, viewers, the time has come. It's time to ask this important question once more. And the question
that was a good transition right there. The time has come. A little Alice in Wonderland going on. Ooh, we got Lupus Regina. I don't care what everyone else says. I think Lupus Regina is the best girl in Nazarick. I like Lupus Regina. Most people like Albedo almost, but I like Lupus Regina.
Is it wise to smash a dog/wolf waifu? And by wolf we mean werewolf. Yes it is. But this is part 2. All right. And just in case you weren't here for part 1,
I like that this creator started doing all these stills with the cat. We got Deadpool. I think this is a little bit more entertaining than the last one.
Let me explain what we want to
Already.
do. In videos like this, we choose waifus of a certain category from every sort of fiction and books I can find, and anywhere really, and judge them harshly based on their pros and cons
Yummy
to see if they really
swan!
are wise to smash. Which reminds me, in part 1, I think I got upset when I found out about Delta and another dog waifu. And I'm referring to Delta from the anime Eminence in the Shadow. She was like one of my favorite characters ever. But then I found out her, and I remember the other dog waifu's name was Roxanne. And I found out they was only like 15 to 16 years old. And I think my expression went from I like them to I hate them. But now that I've looked over that old video and thought about it for a bit, I still hate children. But now my opinion about them is more like,
take it easy, it's just a drawing.
Thank you! Thank you! Oh, thank you! That's what I was saying the entire first video. God damn. Oh, glad he opened his eyes to that.
and I hate to agree with a dumbass like Patrick Starr, but low-key, it's hard to argue with that amount of common sense. These do be just drawings. So, to correct my mistake on these two characters, I will make a video personally about each of them separately, and list their pros and their cons, but I will do that later. For now, we must talk about the dog waifus I have on my list.
I want to know the pros and cons of at least Delta. I like Delta, even though I still haven't seen that show. I'd like to see the video on Delta.
And just because I love her so much, I have to do an honorable mention for the VTuber Starbay.
It feels good to be back. We got our boobies, we got our thighs, oh, we got all the assets working.
I like
oh my god, where's my tail?
I like the design.
My butt
My butt. I don't know this VTuber. That was funny. Might be worth looking up on X at the very least. I do like her color scheme with her hair at the least. And that was funny. So who knows if I'll look her up on YouTube. Might be willing to watch some shorts if she does stuff like this.
Oh yeah, giggity. Now I couldn't find out any real personal information about her, but she is known as the dog girl VTuber who never stops talking. She does voice acting work.
I would not be watching long forms or streams then. I don't mind a lot of talking, but if she doesn't stop talking, that might be a problem. It's like, chill out a little bit.
And can even sing. And you can find her on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and even Reddit. And in case you're wondering, yes, her content is worth watching. It doesn't matter who she is behind the screen, she is doggo, so she is always worth it. Now give her a follow, and love her as much as we do, you bastards! Oh, and by the way, she has no cons.
On X
and what was the
at
last thing I was going to say about
least.
her? Chocolate! Okay, that's enough chocolate. Moving on. The next one up is from the anime Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon?
Hey!
And it's also called Don Machi. And the dog girl in question in this anime is named Naza. Now she's a dog girl, but in the anime, she's known as a Chianthrope, which is a subset of the demi-human race and one of the various beast races in this world.
Now, you would think that maybe go with Lily, but Lily's pretending to be a lycanthrope.
Like cat girls.
Chianthrope.
And from what I read, they are also different from werewolves in the series. Werewolves in this series are typically larger and more powerful than the dog-like beast people, but they both fall under the same category of beast people. So more or less, she's nothing like a werewolf, which is a pro. But she does have her own little set of cons. But before we get into that, I must tell you just a little bit more about her in general. Now, in general,
you know, I've watched, I'm caught up on Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? She doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of screen time.
she's a part of the Miyok Familia, which in this anime, a familia is a group basically under a god. And her god's name is Miyok. And she has romantic feelings for this guy, which is a con, it should have been me. But she does have a valid...
It should have been me, not him. Good in collusion of the meme there.
reason to why she likes this guy. Because in her past, when she was an adventurer, or more specifically, when she just became a level 2 adventurer, she was almost killed in the dungeon by monsters. And this wasn't about to be no normal death. Oh no. This was about to be a
fatality.
These monsters ate her arms and her legs, had the girl looking like that one dude from Baki. Nothing but a sad, thick neck. Tragic. But surprisingly, she survived this. Now her familiar and her god is one who deals with medical type potions and likely magic, so that's how she recovered some of her limbs. But they weren't able to recover her right arm, so her god, Miak, literally went into debt, paying another god to build her a prosthetic limb. And by doing this, he also lost most of the members of his familiar. So yeah, more or less, they're broke now. But she is alive, but she is also filled with trauma. And because of this trauma, she quit adventuring and became a pharmacist. But as a pharmacist in debt, Naza would resort to manipulative methods to get out of debt, like increasing the prices of all her products and manipulate people socially and mentally in order to get them to buy higher priced products. And she even diluted the potions that she sold people in order to get the most out of her products. And
Oh, good old-fashioned capitalism. Oh, that Punky Doodle short is just coming to mind. Tried to tell you that I am evil and I am selling these wares with no regard to the damage they might cause. Oh, geez. Sounds like she's coming up with some decent cons with her.
the definition of diluted means to make weaker. So yeah, she became quite the fraudulent person. But she did do this because she wanted to help her god out, and because at the time she was the only one in his familia. So I mean, she's doing bad things, but at least she's loyal. Now currently in the story, 2 more members were added to their familia, and their names are Cassandra and Daphne. And since these 2 joined their familia, their income started to improve. So currently in the story, the familia has less debt. Now, before I forget, Naza is described as having a perpetual sleepy voice and expression, which
I might need to check out the remainder of the manga that's out. I need to rewatch Danmachi. Season 5 was wild.
she's adorable. We love a dog who can't wake up, but she's also intelligent and capable of exploiting other people's weaknesses. And she's capable of using those weaknesses to her advantage. And as far as her powers go, she has enormous physical prowess, an enormous amount of strength, enormous speed, agility, and reflexes. Plus, she's an expert marksman, and she has enhanced senses. But besides all that, her most interesting abilities are related to her being an expert pharmacist. She's so good at being a pharmacist that she made a dual potion that is capable of restoring both health and mind. And Naza is also capable of making an elixir, which in this anime is known as the most powerfulest healing item. So she is low-key goated for a cripple. Mean. Moving.
Mean. Oh, I'm digging the cat PNGs to act as as his character, and obviously he must have a friend or something.
On. My turn.
I have seen in one video done by these 2 cats before. I don't remember what that was, but
The next one up is Rika from the anime Plus Sized Elf. Now
I
the
have
title
never
Plus
heard of
Sized Elf
this.
makes you think that most of these characters are fat. But if you actually watch the anime, you know that every one of these female characters are thick. And I mean, maybe they're fat by Japanese standards, but I've seen real fat before. I've seen girls so fat when they bend over, they roll. I've seen women
when they bend over, they roll. That's a great joke.
that are so fat that they got that Elon Musk build. All their fat is in their back, and all the fat that should be in their cheeks.
Hey, I forgot Kazehana. That's what her name is. Let's back it up just a little bit. I haven't watched this show in so damn long. I like Sekire. Kazehana is a bit of a drunk, and all the girls are a flirt. I'm not gonna single one of the girls out. They're all a flirt.
Or in their face and thighs. They ain't got no ass. But in this anime, every female got some cheeks. And I mean, they got so
There's
much
a lot
booty
of
that they make a
cake
man
going
thirsty.
on.
Make a man's lips dry. My brothers, I'm starving.
Booty, getting some booty is more important than eating food. It's more important than drinking water.
The anime's on High Dive if you're curious. Now, it's not the most interesting plot-wise, but when the plot gets thick, it gets thick. And make
It's
sure to
not
watch this
that
one with the
interesting
blinds
plot
closed.
line.
Now, anyway, the
Plot-wise,
werewolf in this
I'm not overly interested.
anime is named Rika. Now, she's also called a lycanthrope in this series, and a lycanthrope is the same thing as a werewolf. And as you already know, these creatures can transform into wolves and wolf-human hybrids. In some stories, they transform only during the full moon, and in other stories, they can transform whenever they want. and have all the senses, abilities, speed, and strength, plus stamina greatly increase, and they can regenerate, plus they have a weakness of silver. Now in a nutshell, that's all of Rika's abilities. But the anime makes her wolf
She's
form
kind of
look
adorable.
more like a fat dog form. So
Yeah.
everybody who sees her in this dog form in the anime thinks she's a dog, and gives her food, which she gladly accepts, which is one of her cons. She doesn't let any food go to waste. She eats it all. And because of this food she's given and has eaten, she becomes thick, which is obviously a pro. Now,
Thick as fuck.
Rika speaks in third person and can transform between humanoid antro and full wolf forms. And from what I've seen specifically, she has 3 forms.
She's a
One
zone
that looks
type.
completely human, one that looks like a fat husky dog, and when she gets angry, one that looks like a werewolf. Now, because she's
She's
a
a
werewolf,
zone
she does
type.
carry the con of turning others into a werewolf via a bite. Now, I haven't seen her do this in the anime yet, but since she is a werewolf, I have to assume that she can do this.
I would
And you
have
may
to
be
assume
thinking
so
it'll
too.
be cool being a werewolf. You know, you get all those powers, physical strength, speed, and regeneration. But unfortunately, you don't get any of those without the consequences. And the main consequence is the transformation itself. The transformation in all sorts of media has been described as excruciating. Your bones will snap, your muscles will tear, your entire body will be reshaped in seconds, and you'll likely lose control of yourself and become vicious, cannibalistic, and more like a wild beast. And by
Yeah, if
folklore
you're
standards,
hurting,
you should
you're
stay that way
probably going to
until
be very
sunrise.
violent.
So yeah, that's her biggest con. Her other con is her pack-like instincts. Now this could also be a pro depending on how you see it. Yeah. Basically what this means is, if Rika accepts you into her pack and she sees you as superior, then she cannot disobey any of your orders. And you can basically make her do
Oh.
whatever you want.
Whatever we want?
Down, Gooners. Down, Gooners. Oh. The creator of this wanted people's imaginations to go wild.
We want
Whatever we want.
whatever we want.
I'm fucking the dog.
I don't know where that soundbite came from, but that was funny.
Voice now!
I'm fucking the dog, Ted.
No! Alright, the next one up is Lupus Regina
Yes!
Beta from the anime Overlord.
I
Now,
love
she's a
Lupus
werewolf
Regina.
Balmaid and a member of the Pleiades 6 Stars, which is the Balmaid squad of the Great Tome of Nazarick. And she was created not by Ainz Al Ghul, but by the Beast King, Magangawa. Now, anyone who's ever watched this anime knows that the main character of the show, Ainz, is
I think they classify him as an elder lich.
and he's basically her overlord. And in the Great Tome of Nazarick, which he rules over, there are mostly monsters and very few humans. And how should I say this?
A very
Like this.
powerful
These
undead
monsters
mage.
don't with humans.
No, they definitely do not.
Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
And since she's a part of the pack, that includes Lupus Regina. So yes, she is. But now, if she's told to, at least by Ainz, she can put up a front and be sociable and friendly
Oh
towards
yeah,
humans.
oh yeah, she
because
is very, very deceptive. She is very deceptively evil. But she's so damn cute. I'm not human, so I'm safe.
She doesn't have any real hatred towards them. She's just sadistic. In fact,
Yeah, she's very
specifically called
sadistic.
the sadist with the smiling mask. This means she can appear very bright and outgoing, and she's even able to act like a perfect lady. But all of this is just a mask to conceal her brutal and cunning personality. She doesn't have to kill every human she sees, but if given the order to kill, her sadistic nature is going to come out, and she's going to take her time killing you. In fact, one time in the story, when she was ordered to kill a prince who attacked a place called Karna Village with his army, when she found this prince, she didn't kill him quickly. She tortured this poor soul for 30 minutes, allowing him to suffer intensely before he eventually died from the shock of the torment. So yeah, to the average human,
That must be from the light novels and or the manga, because that obviously was not in the anime.
she's very dangerous. And besides her overall character, I have to say she might be one of the most powerfulest werewolves in anime. And I say that because
She might
almost
be.
every monster in this anime is overpowered.
Yeah,
At least the
that's
ones
exactly
under Ainz.
why.
And she has a long list of powers. And she even has maid armor. And she fights with a weapon called a crosier that looks like an oversized religious symbol. Plus she has healing magic, regeneration, flight. She can cure poisons. Her only real weakness seems to be silver. But other than that item, I don't see many ways other werewolf characters could beat this character. Oh, and I have to mention, she gets crueler under a full moon. So instead of transforming under a full moon, she just becomes more sadistic, which is a huge con. If only she wasn't so damn fine.
Would. I don't care how sadistic she is. Would.
So yeah.
Ooh, those eyes could kill. Oh, literally and figuratively.
Probably not wise to smash this one, but
Probably
some in the
not,
comments will still try.
would.
I just hope you like chains and booty plugs. Moving on. All right, my turn again. The next one up and the last one we have to talk about is the VTuber Inigami Korone. Now, first things first, she's a Japanese
have never
VTuber
watched her before, so I
associated
have
with
no idea
Hololive,
who she is.
and her dog character is 92 years old.
I'm aware
so that
of
means
her,
she's
but
a
I've
dog
never...
milf.
Yes, lock it up!
So yeah, that's a pro. Now, I've looked up some of her clips, and it would
cut me
appear she
off
does
a
not
little bit.
speak the Queen's English, at least completely. She seems to know some, but not a lot. But she does seem to understand English, and this is honestly great either way. I don't need a woman to speak my language to like her. As long as she knows how to communicate with that body, and at least knows one safe word, we good. Now, one con is, for me at least, is that she has 2 pairs of ears. She has one set of dog ears on her head, and another set of human ears on her sides. Now, some may not care about this, but this is my pet peeve. It freaks me out when a character has both sets of ears.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
a
need
little
both,
weird.
and even if you did have 4 ears, they should all look the same. And if you have dog ears, but no human ears, but the dog ears on the top of your head, then that's honestly a little bit weird too, because what's right here? Like just skin? Why would the ears be right on top of her head? Now, anime has done this in different ways, but from what I've seen, in anime they either have 2 sets of ears, or they have a set of animal ears, and their hair is obviously covering the place where the human ears should be. So yeah, that's a little bit of a personal preference for me. So tell me what you think about that in the comments.
I agree with him on
now,
that.
moving past her ears, her personality is
but I
sweet
can
and
overlook
goofy,
it.
and it's comparable to that of an actual dog, which is a pro. And like most dogs, Korone is fiercely loyal, and she's specifically loyal to the VTuber Nekomata Okayu. Now, as I kept reading about Korone, I found out some things about her that were a little bit lewd, which her lewdness is a pro, everybody loves a freak, but she may be a little bit more than a freak. She may be a little bit sus, because I read that she often kisses other Hololive members for no reason, and her and the VTuber Nekomata are so close that Nekomata didn't mind when Korone grabbed and massaged her during a sleepover.
Gay!
Okay, so I don't know the girl, so I won't call her gay outright. And I never cared for homosexuality, because every time I see a lesbian kiss another lesbian, I'm just like,
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
and I
Oh,
have read that they do
Jesus.
often casually kiss each other on the lips, which is honestly beyond sus. Maybe she is gay. Anyways, her other cons are that she's nonchalantly terrifying at times. For example, she accidentally revealed once that she has searched up torture execution methods, and this was seen apparently in her mobile browser history. So that's a little worrying for someone so cute. Korone is also a fan of Splatterhouse-styled horror.
Sometimes
And an
you might be
example of this would
curious.
Movies like Saw, which is fine, very violent, but fine. But I also saw that she likes movies like The Human Centipede, and unfortunately, I've seen some of that movie. So, yeah.
I've seen a couple of different times in the last week references to that goddamn movie. I never want that mental image in my head again. Human Centipede is disgusting and very, very disturbing. I never want to hear that referenced again. Ever. I saw somebody posted something in Twitter and it was that. And yeah, they had to remind me after so long of not seeing that shit. And now he had to bring it up.
Let's just say that movie is way too extreme for some adults and myself. Watching that movie is like staring at the void, and it stares back. Ugh. Now, another con is she is quick to jump on her viewers like an oppressively jealous housewife when she sees traces of other women around them. So she is not like her viewers looking at other women, which is understandable, but still a con. Wait, why? Because she don't own me. She don't own the black voice. She don't own all this. I'm an outside cat until you get hungry. Shut up. Now, one last pro for her is she's a pretty big fan of the character of Boba Fett, from the Star Wars series, which again is a pro, but it should have been Darth Vader. To me, he's just more hardcore. Alright viewers, tell us what you think in the comments about the dog/wolf waifus, and tell us who you would like to see in part 3. And you guys have a good day. Hey Knight, what? Can I pet that dog? No, she's dangerous.
Pet that dog.
Voice, I'm warning you.
Pet that dog.
Get away from the dog, damn it! You won't shoot, bitch. No balls. Yeah, and I'm about to take yours away. Keep playing.
Oh shit. Oh, this was amusing as shit. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe. I got like both the videos, but I might have to check out more of these. Those were amusing as shit. Yeah, I kind of agree more with the second video than I do with the first video. Actually, I do agree with the second video a lot more than the first video. I'm rambling now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.